What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
playing on the button versus a low jack raise in the PeakGTO drill. So I'll go first. We have pocket eights. Pocket eights is going to be almost all calling. There might be a tiny bit of raising, but not much, or it might just be 100% call. We're going to call. It's 84%. Okay, so there's 16% raises. That's fine. Error getting post-flop data. That's not good. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Larry, you're up.
Yeah, this is fold.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the first offsuit ace you're going to call?
I think I three bet ace jack off, and I think I do get the flat ace queen.
Yeah, I think for this one with a 3 big blind. Oh, look at that. It's a 2.5 big blind open. That's weird. It's supposed to be
Yeah, we saw this last time. It's weird.
yeah. I'm gonna just take a shot of this. There we go. That should be a 3 big blind open. Against 3 big blind opens, the ace jack they're even folding the ace jack, and the ace queen is the one. Again, this is against threes. Oh, nope, you're right. I'm wrong. Ace jack does a little bit of it. There we go. All right. So ace 10 is an easy fold, though. We know that. 100% fold. All right. Hey, I'll fold the ace 10 again. We're getting good at this.
Why don't we give someone a hand until they get hand playable, right?
Okay,
So,
sounds good. All right.
a
Now,
hand that goes
you didn't get
post-flop.
the, so it's on you because you've had to fold your ace 10. So
Okay, so this is a pure three bet. This is they're using a very large 4x here, which is interesting. This is a three bet.
Yeah. Yep. We can 3-bet this. And there's also calls with ace king. It mixes, but mostly 3-bets. Yeah, 67-33. And it's because it's the low jack. As it gets later, it turns to 100%.
Okay, this is interesting.
Ooh, this is a good flop.
So the king is important. I think we bet small.
Yeah. I like it. 70% small and a little checking.
They call. I think we still want to get. I think they've got ace queen, ace jack, ace 10 of spades. But I think the king of spades is important. I think we still, yeah, I think you're in the right place. I think we go 20.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to stop yet. 50%. Good.
What other sizes did it want?
I think we'll have to go back and look at
Okay.
the review at the end of the hand. That's how we see that.
It's hard to know what to get value from here. I actually kind of want to check.
Okay, I want to bet. You're checking.
Yeah.
I'm betting. I'm jamming because I'm getting value from king queen. And
Yeah.
all the spades fold, all the singleton spade that stuck around, if it did, or the queen, his pairs with a spade might call, right?
Yeah.
10-10 with a spade. He might call with his 10-10. So,
Yeah.
and what do we care? We're not going to lose. We're only
This might be monsters under the bed syndrome. I
Yeah.
mean, someone's gonna flop a flush. Well, it depends on ranges, but it's on 3% of the time. So we're not really. I think you're right. I think we shove because we're not. Let's not monster under the bed ourselves here.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't raise us yet. No, screw us.
Ah, my gut was right.
All
Can we
right.
go back and look at that one.
Yeah, we're gonna look at that one now.
So we can look at how he did, right? First,
You can look at
we
everything.
go-
Yeah, you can even look at the result and it'll tell us what his it'll tell us what everything was once we
Okay,
get
let's look at that then.
click and result. Okay. Click study. Let's see. I thought if we hit click.
Why don't we look at study and we can look
We're gonna
at
hit
our
study
value
and we'll just go
threshold.
through it that way. Yeah, we'll just study it that way. Study in library.
And then let's see what our value threshold is on.
Right. And when we study it, you'll notice now it's back to 3. So that's that weird thing, whatever it was. So it fills in the whole hand for us. So that's good.
Okay, so here we are. So we can't look at hand. We have to look at hands. So we can look. We want ace king off. We're going to want to have a spade, right? We're going to ace of spades is what we're going to. Well, we're checking back everything. We don't have the ace
Yeah,
of
we are
spades
not
yet
checking.
there.
Yeah, we are betting. We have no bets on the river on this line.
Something's wrong here. Oh, can you go back to the bet line, please? Can you go back to the button?
Yeah. button. Oh, we're the button. That's the
Yeah,
low
with the
jack
button.
and calls. Duh. All right, here we go.
Okay, so this is what we need. So we
Ace
need,
king. You need the ace of spades to bet, it says.
we need ace spades. We
Oh,
had,
yeah.
yeah. And so all the ace king.
Yeah.
Sets are good enough.
Well, it's a full house.
Oh, it's a good point.
It's
Fair board.
it's a monster.
Well, aces, can we look at aces? It wants all aces to shove, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't care.
Yeah. Get called by all ace king and like that.
King, queen. How about king, queen off? It's checking back all king, queen off, even if it has a spade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about,
Queen is not a big enough kicker.
we three bet, so we're not gonna have sevens.
Yeah.
We have slivers of sevens, that's a float.
And we boat up. We bet up.
Yeah, okay.
But a deuce is enough. Trips is enough. Ace is enough. Ace king is enough as long as you block the spades. And if you don't block the spades, then it wants aces and kings.
Can you click on
Kings.
equity? I'm just curious if we can find a better way to look at value thresholds. Like
Mm-hmm.
equity, just above where you're,
Right. Strategy plus EV.
go to
Okay.
the equity, yeah. That doesn't really help us. I was hoping it would help, but it doesn't really. And it's hard to read actually, frankly.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah. The green equity. Yeah.
It's probably above 50%.
Red equity. Yeah. I mean,
Can you read it on your screen?
say what?
Can you easily read what the equity number is on your screen?
Yeah, I can do it. What number? This is 87, this is 70, this is 24. So the color is
So what's interesting is
yellow is
value
7.
thresholds are pretty. Can you click on ace king off?
Yeah, that's how you see it there.
Okay, that's the way to do it. Yeah, because now
Yeah.
it's easy to see on the Zoom screen. I'm on a laptop Zoom.
Right.
Yeah, which is interesting, right? Because here our perceived equity is 70%,
Right.
but this monotone paired board
Mhm.
doesn't allow us to. We have a very high value threshold
Yeah, it wants
on
80.
this run out, which is interesting. Also, we have to against humans. I think we have to keep in consideration humans aren't going to pure slow play their flop flushes and their sets here.
Yeah,
So we can probably lower our value threshold against
they
humans.
check raised at some point.
We're gonna get check raised at some point, yeah.
Strategy plus EV. You can see it in,
That's easier to see.
Yeah, you can see in this one.
But EV is different.
Yeah,
metric,
EV is
right?
different.
Yeah.
But still the relative number is related to our equity in the hand.
It is. I don't remember. There is
Okay.
a formula. Do you remember? I don't remember the formula.
Me either. Bigger is better.
Yes.
Okay. Bluffs. What do we bluff here? That's worth looking at.
I agree. Well, I think that's gonna
Bluff.
benefit you from looking at equity here.
Right, but here you go. Here's some ace-8 bluffs. Yeah,
What are
sometimes
ace-8 blocking?
nothing. But you don't need to bluff with a king. So it's like this. You see, what do I get here with, right? Don't need to bluff a king. Bet the best king. Bet the best king with an ace blocker. Check. Check these kings here. Queens, even with you only get here with a blocker and you don't bet them. You don't bet any of these. So you start to look at, well, what's my heir? Ace jack is heir. Bet it with the ace of spades. Makes sense. Not the jack of spades. Jack of spades is not enough. Ace queen, bet it with the ace of spades. Queen of spades is not enough.
I can
Surprise.
see bluffing with a spade blocker.
Right,
That's what
that
I-
works. So that works. Then you go over here. You got this, and then everything else is, so that's your offsuit branch. Everything else is your suited branch. 10-9 is nothing. Don't bluff it. Jack 9 is nothing. Don't bluff it. Except for the spades, which is value. Jack 10. So it's not bluffing any of these combos here, it bluffs with an ace blocker,
So
which
10
is
nine,
weird.
can you roll over 10 9 suited?
Yeah.
Alright, now roll over 8 7 suited.
Mm-hmm. 8
So I
7.
think our value threshold for betting, we never have it. We never get here with 8 7 suited. I
Right.
wonder, I think my value threshold for betting a flush is probably jack high flush flopped. But I'm not gonna have them very much because I'm not gonna 3-bet in that region, but. Okay,
So it bets a 10 high flush happily.
okay,
I mean, happy to bet the 10 high flush.
yeah.
That's value. It doesn't bluff these things down here. You know, it doesn't bluff your 5, your 5 pair, things like that. But it does bluff. This is not a bluff. The ace deuce is real value, but it bluffs your ace 3, your ace 4, your ace 5. It wants an ace. And it wants an ace because you block your opponent from having aces.
And yeah, does he ever, check back ace king in this configuration?
You bluff your king.
Block the
That's what it
sets.
is. Look at you bluffing these useless kings.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, he's not a bluff. You still have a king. I'm sorry, this is 2 pair. King 5. This is value. King 4 is pretty shitty, but you can't call it a bluff. You bet your lowest kings and you call with these because these can beat a lower king, I guess. Mate, do you get a better king to fold on the river? Probably not. But this is so thin. You have this so rarely that we don't need to analyze it that much. It's you bluff your aces and you don't bluff 8 7 7 6. These all are a pair down here. You don't bluff Jack 9, which is not a pair. So that's the thing. Jack 9 is going to lose and you don't bluff it. Ace 4 is going to lose and you bluff it because you block pocket aces, says Scotty. And his ace king that didn't 4-bet you, that would never fold. All right. Was there something else we wanted to see on this one?
good.
Oh, you wanted to see this. You wanted to see the preferred sizings. You wanted to see this step on your ace king. So they are, make it big. There we go. Let me go to strategy, not strategy plus EV. So there you have them.
So we're mixing check and shove.
Yeah, without this, this is on the flop,
Okay,
and this is the flop. This is the button strategy. There we go. And here are the sizes. Mostly 6.4, and it doesn't hate the 15. You know, it's not, the 15 is not wrong, but it's not preferred.
yeah, I think generally. I would think the heuristic around bet small amount on boards holds for 3-bet pots.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah. And with the ace of spades, you're still small. It's just that's the bet size. You know, we just have so little of this on this board. Okay. Go. I've got a queen 10 suited. I can call queen 10 suited. I believe. Does it stop at queen jack? No, I can call queen 10 suited. Call. 93%. Good. 7% raise. Okay. He checks to me. Oh, I can certainly bet this.
Yeah, he bets a lot here. I don't know. I think it prefers a small size for the bet.
He can check range. He could check. Oh, I'm sorry. You said it. Yeah.
I'm in position, I think bets often.
Yeah. I can certainly bet this one in position. And the board looks like it's a bad board for the low jacks range. So I think I can bet big. I'm
All
betting
right.
for big. That's what I'm gonna say, that it's infrequent and big. And does my hand hate betting big? No. Bet big, 22%, bet small, 55%. All right, decent. He calls. Hey, that's what I was going for. I was trying to pick up equity and I did.
You might get overbet soon.
Yeah, when you pick up equity, you don't back off. So these are the two I'm considering in game. 10.7 and 17.9. Both make the point, I'm not kidding. In solver land, sometimes it does this. Is there a reason that this board is an overbet board? The second card paired. That's that's always bad when someone calls you. That the second card paired. So I don't want to overbet. So I'm going to go to the 10. 10, 16%. And we gotta look at that to see it because it went by fast. The best answer it says was check. Screw that. And the river. If I get raised, if in game, if I get raised, I'm beat. So I can bet and fold. Maybe not against a solver, but against a real opponent, I can do that. And I can get called by ace 9 here.
Yeah.
I still can get beat by pocket jack, so that's bad. So with that, let's bet an amount that I don't feel trapped into calling when I do it. I bet 30. That's going to bring the pot to 90 there. I'll have 60 behind. I'm starting to move down to the 19.7. Yeah, and I want to get called by 9, so 19.7. Okay, screw that, it's a check. All right. This
Eight,
does not
seven.
for
8,
choices.
7, I think is a fold. Okay,
Which one is, oh, here, yeah, I was gonna look at this.
sure.
Right, okay. Hand results doesn't work. Okay. Clicking on this doesn't open it up, so we have to do it here. There was the last time I did it, you click on this and it would show you the sequence, but we can look at it
Maybe
this.
we'll keep on trying, see if one will work.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll do a restart of it at some point. All right, so on the flop, we went big and our queen 10 suited. The big is fine, prefers the small, and checking behind is okay. Great. On the turn, this is where I jump over here. I have to move you out of the way. You're in my way, Larry. There's our flop. Oh, now we got to go forward. Okay. Oh, I now have to have him call. Okay. So we check to move it forward. We have to do it. So we bet big and we're fine with that. And now we say that he calls and it enters it for us. Okay. That's how the interface works. So now he checks range and our queen 10 suited does a lot of checking and the preferred bet size is, there we go, is the 10.
Does it tell us? Yeah, it wants to do.
And I think I talked about the 10, that I was okay with the 10. And when we do the 10 now, when we do the preferred bet size, because the check is uninteresting, and the low jack calls, and then checks range, maybe, and it's because he's checking range. What is our betting threshold here? So first of all, when we bet, it's almost always pot size.
The
So-
top pair's not good enough is the main takeaway.
Yeah, let's, in this mode here, two pair is great. Bluffy, bluffy, bluff. Ace 10,
These tens in there, okay.
the best one. Yeah, the best one. you can bet.
The rest to check back, okay.
Yeah, so that's it for your, everything else of value is gonna be two pair, and everything else is a bluff. Right? Because look at this world, oh bluff. Bluff just, you're just bluffing everything that got here so much. Ace five is a bluff, right? Oh no, sorry, trips. Ace four is a bluff. Yeah, so there's a lot of bluffing, but again, these are not your ratios you got here with. You just almost never, you get here on this line so rarely, and you almost never have those bluffs. So you bluff everything because you have nothing. All right. 8-7 is folding most of the time with a solver. All right, you got this one.
All right, I think this is gonna be mostly a call.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to essentially turn this into a bluff, so I think we check.
I like it. 47%. It does some small
It
betting.
likes the protection.
Yeah, it's fine with both. Both are good.
All right, now I think we get to bet, and I would prefer, I would use a bigger size here, but I think solver's gonna use a small size.
Yeah.
Let's
And why
use
is
a
solver going to
small
use a small size?
Yeah, I think so.
Why?
Generally, I think, why does the solver prefer a small size here? I think mostly it uses a small size because OOP is capped, and we're probably trying to get value from ace X. Is my
Right.
argument.
That's good. Or another way to look at it is because it's a flush completing turn, and we bet small on flush completing turns when we have the flush to keep them in, and we bet small when we don't because sometimes they have the flush. So there's a
Yeah,
lot.
that's a good explanation.
But also small bets means that we don't, small bet also means just that we don't have over bets. So the 70, so it still might have some 4.5, but it won't have the 7.5 and the 11.2 is what we think. So when we check this,
I think I'm gonna bet small.
oh, right, sorry, you're betting small. You bet small, 52%, and yeah, and we can look at those.
So that's what, we don't fold with a 9 of hearts, I don't think. We call.
Oh, he raised. Yeah, jerk. Yep, we call. 98%. We don't fold yet.
So I think we call with the 9 of hearts.
Okay, how about against humans?
With humans, I would have folded turn a lot.
Okay.
Check with.
Okay.
Would
Call.
be-
Yep. 90% call. Mhm. I got this one sevens. Sevens is a call. 77% with 23% raising. So it's getting down to where we start doing that. Error getting post flop data. Let's try it again. Probably because it says 2.5 there. Call. 77%. Do I get a post flop?
Wow.
Nope. Oh, yep.
Good.
Okay. So
Can I be
okay.
judgy? I'm gonna be judgy.
Yeah, it's being judgy.
I
Jack,
don't think they get to, I don't think they should be charging $80 a month for this yet, frankly.
not yet.
And I said it on eBay,
There we go.
on YouTube.
Right. Okay, so let's see. Well, we'll also let's do a reload of it once. But not before. I mean, we have jacks. We're not folding jacks to get a reload. Since I haven't gotten a post flop one yet. Jacks are gonna mix raises and calls, and I am going to call them this time. 75%. And I'm going to not get post flop data, so I'm gonna do a reload. And start the drill and see if this fixes it. You still got that problem there. King, raise it all the time, 100%, never check, 100%. And he folded, good, all right.
Pick another
You
one.
got
This is a fold, I think.
Okay, yeah, fold. 100% fold, good. Okay,
You could take it.
Uh,
I wonder if you can
One's
three
your-
bet this a little bit.
no, this is a pure fold in this one. It folds the ace deuce and the ace six.
I think this region gets like low freak.
Let's take a look at just the range. We had that here. You're in my way. Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm wrong. It was oh no, this is this is the wrong thing. That's not
We
what
know we play it if we have it.
that's not what we want. It's this one. There. Yep, it is. You're right. You're right. You're right. So let's do it this one. Let's have a party. Take the 24% and see what happens.
Now it gets interesting, right?
Yeah.
This is a learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
This is me or you.
This is you. I folded the ace deuce. This is you.
Let's bet small
Okay.
with our back doors.
4% small.
It wants to use the big
It wanted
size.
to go bet. It wanted to go big with the back door.
Now this is a really bad card. I think we just check. I think this is a give up.
Yeah, we're done. Nope. Fire your way out.
Right.
Win this damn thing.
Check back.
Hey!
Check back with marginal showdown.
Yeah, yeah. Beat ace king. Yay. All right. 7-6. This does some folding and some calling and maybe some raising. I'm gonna call it this time. Call 30, raise 7, mostly fold. I'm fine with that. He bets, I just fold. We're done.
You play this. Let's take a three bet.
All right. It's gotta have some. 42% three bet. Good.
Okay, this is interesting. I don't know what to do here. I think this hand now it doesn't have much value. Because of SPR, I think we might fold it.
I'm all in favor of a fold here. Fold, 100% fold. Yeah. You were bluffing.
I was, yeah.
All right. Ace jack suited. We are not folding this. And we are probably mixing some raises and calls. This one I'm going to raise because it worked so well last time. Raise 41%, call 59%. That's fine. This one, we fold. I'm going to say it's ace queen suited doing it. No, no, you do nothing. Did you see that?
Yeah. You leave the table.
Did you see that? All right, we're going over to let's see what let's learn that one. And
Yeah, let's see what it's supposed to do, because I'm curious now.
yeah, there's no way of telling it that we got that bug.
Are you reporting back bugs to them?
Some of them, the ones that are, this one's too hard to, because you say, I was in the trainer, I got this, that, and the other thing that way. But the ones, what I've done is I've said it, when I had a screenshot, I said a screenshot, but I send in the bugs that I see them. All right.
So here, I think this range is a little wide against humans.
So here's our ace jack suited mixing. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, that it's in there and the ace queen, you know, so this makes sense to me. We did the raise. We got 4-bet by the low jack. And then it comes on here and it wants to call all these. So you're saying you think this is too wide.
I think
Yeah.
it's too wide against humans. I think I cut off at ace queen suited.
Okay. That's what I did.
And I think ace queen is a pure fold.
This seems like a really good fold against humans.
This seems, wait, see, fold, raise 3, hijack, fold, button raise, fold, gets back around to the low jack, raises, yeah, okay, yeah, this I think is wildly wide versus what a human would 4-bet.
Yeah. I think I'm okay with the fact that you don't fold pairs.
Yeah, I think you get to set mine
Yeah,
over
it's
here.
just barely. You're in position for it. You're calling 14 more. It doesn't meet the old set mining rule. But, and they have you folding tens because of some weak freak interaction with the bluffs that's got to be overspecified. This is assuming something about this range that is too clear. Like, tens is the worst one he does. And that's only true if that's the case. We don't know that. So he does this. Calling down to ace 10 suited. Do you like calling the ace 5 suited against the 4-bet?
Versus humans or the solver?
Humans.
No.
Yeah. I like 3-betting the ace 5 suited, and when it goes 4, going, all right, you're here.
Yeah, I mean, you have to know the player, but it's very hard to find 4-bet bluffs in the wild.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, but I would not mind calling these two.
I can see that. Let's go back and look at low jack's 4-bet range.
Because when you get a flush, when you get a straight, you've hit him hard. It's hard for him to fold the ace king here that has you
Yeah,
beat.
it's valid.
Yeah. It's not easy to play, but I
I
don't
mean,
hate
you're drawing to nutted equity. That's valid.
Yeah, I don't hate this. Um, I'm fine with folding these, the queen jack and the jack 10. I didn't used to be, but I'm fine with those. And then calling the ones that are under that are, that are too lot that don't interfere with them at all. So in the real world, I don't mind calling these 3 at all. Okay, so you said,
Can we go back and look at the low jack 4-bet range?
yeah, what are his bluffs?
All right, so I think that low jack 4-bet range with humans is in the top left corner. And it's hard to find any situation except maybe. The only thing I think humans are mistakenly going to 4-bet queens,
Yep.
ready to get it in, and I think that the rest of this you pretty much discard against humans.
So I think that you see jacks, queens. I think you see jacks plus all the ace king is common.
And like this ace jack semi bluff, ace 10 suited semi bluff, ace 5,
They don't
those
exist.
don't exist.
These don't exist. These don't exist.
Yeah.
This doesn't exist for me either. But this one does. Not common, but it exists.
Okay.
Ace 5 has been advertised enough, I think.
Okay. I'll buy that.
But it's only this and all that. Okay. All right.
Who's this? Me?
Pocket eights. I think this is you. Yeah. Yeah. Cause I 3-bet my
We
ace.
do both here, but let's call.
All right, call this time. 84%. Yep. And now we got post flop data again.
I think we just fold.
Yeah. There's 2 of them up there, even to the small bet. Yeah. Starting to fold already. You did it there. Okay. So we are going to be 3-betting this all the time. So this one time I'm going to call it. This is going to be my one. This is going to be my one surprising call of it. I do have it there 33% of the time. I'm doing it this time. And it said, no, you're not. All right. We'll see if that's what the problem is. Okay. Oh, I didn't get it post flop, so I'll do this one also. 8-7. I'm going to fold the 8-7 this time. 82% fold for them. Ace 7 suited. Is this one of the 3-bet bluffs? Ace 8 is, ace 6 is folding, ace 7 is playing. I'm going to play this as a call, 33 and 67, okay? And here's my post flop. Well, this missed the hell out of him. That's for sure. Who has more pairs in their range relative to their range? A higher percentage of pairs. me, because he has all the offsuit broadways that I don't. So a 3-street bluff with this, with no spade on board, seems a bit ambitious.
Bottom of range.
But ace, I've got other things. I'm gonna check it. Check 56, and the bet is the small one when you do it. All right.
Yeah, you're kind of screwed.
Kind of screwed, but I'm beating all of his king high broadways,
True.
and my bet now is less believable than his. I didn't check back any pairs here. I didn't. So I think when I bet this against a human, they fold everything worse. And I feel really good about myself because they fold it, but I'm not actually playing good poker. So I'm gonna check it. 79%. I'm fine with that. 5. Okay, fine, be that way. It's
Show you
you.
what he had?
No, to get him to show what I had, it was when we click on this, it did it. Let's see if when I reloaded it, if it made this possible now. No, the hand result is still not working. Let me make that note. Cash, load, cash, button V, low jack, bread and butter, spot. Okay. There we go.
This is a fold.
Yeah, it's folding the 3s. 4s.
Although I would argue, this is a fold. I would argue if 3s are a call,
Mhm.
each game where you're gonna get flats behind.
Yep. You can expand that. Ace jack does a little raising. But it's mostly folding and we're folding it. There we go.
I
10.
think we mix this, but what's the call?
Okay, let's call this time.
He checks. I don't think we really need to turn this into a bluff. We check.
I agree.
Mm.
That's what I hate about checking, but it's still
I think
better
we call
poker.
this size.
Yep, call one.
It's a really bad card, but
Yep.
we call.
It mixes.
Then
Yeah,
we
we get
check
a
back.
lot. We get a lot of showdowns by that call. And we don't see it, but sometimes we win. 5s. We're never folding 5s. 5s are 100% play. Is that true? No, 5s are 75% play and the 4s are the other 25% in this one. I'm going to call it 69%. All right, fine. Close enough. I didn't get post-flop data. All right, 6s. 6s are 100% call. Okay, 6s are 81%. Oh, they've got some raises. That's what it is. There we go. Okay. In the simplified world, this is marginally made, so you check it behind. Period. In the real world, do they check any queens here? Yes, they do. So we check it behind. 43. It likes to bet it more. As a vulnerable top pair. After being checked to twice, we can bet. We can bet and clean up our equity with all its things, and no reason to go bigger than 4.5. Is 1.9 enough? Yeah, it is. Yep, 1.9 is enough. And he folded. Good. You have 6s.
6s are mixing, but we're gonna play them. Mixing folds.
Okay, which are you gonna play?
We're
Mixing,
gonna call.
they're not folding, they're calling and raising,
Okay,
I think. Which one do you want to do it this time?
call.
Call, okay, look at the raise button when I do it to make sure that they don't do any folding, and I'll look at the fold button. No folding, 20% raising, okay.
Kinda wanna bet small here.
I agree. Last time I didn't, on the idea that it was one under it, but I now think that the vulnerability of our pair warrants the bet. Yep. Both are true. All right. Ace seven. We did this one already, and we found that it was a mixture of it was mostly calling and some raising, right? Yeah, mostly raising and some calling. Okay. I'll get that right the next time. We have a heart. Bet 34. Yes. Yes. There we go. All right. Did he fold? What happened on that? Oh, I bet and he folded.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. Your hand.
Fold.
Fold it. And of course it mixes some calls. We know that. There we go. So you,
Fold.
right? There's no, ace jack is the cutoff there, is the line, and ace jack does a little bit of raising. You need ace
Fold.
to call. Fold, and as we know, it does like 20% calling or some number like that. Yep, 20%. We learned that.
It's a fold.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reverse
Yep.
implied. No, he likes it.
No, it's not. Not the king queen. You'll fold it against these early positions. The king queen starts coming in. Let's just look at that one just physically, just to look at Mr. Button range here. It's Neapolitan with some folds, but it's mostly playing. You know, and you could easily simplify this and stick all your ace jack and your king queen and never fold king queen offsuit here and just never play ace jack offsuit. That would be just fine. All right.
With me.
You weren't wrong. There is a fold there, but you lost point, but you're orange. Maybe
Let's three bet this.
all right.
Let's see it bluff this. See what happens.
Raise it. 55% raise. Good one. He folded. Oh, or we don't know what he did. You got an error. So keep playing.
We can call this sometimes. I think it folds too.
Yeah, let's call it this time. All right, it's back in its error post flop days. Still your
You're three bets.
yeah, pure. And it folded. All right, here we go. Ace three suited is not folding. I'm gonna call it. Call and raise. Okay. We are not folding this. We're not raising this. Therefore, we are calling this. We are not betting this. We are checking this. We are betting this sometimes. We are not folding this. When the second queen comes. We are calling this. We are raising this. All right.
I think let's take this as three bet bluff.
Yeah, I agree. And he folded. Good. All right. Ace jack. We're gonna bluff it this time. We're gonna do the low frequency version of this. This is around 20%. This is our one because we've decided to simplify by keeping the ace jack in. There we go. There's our 20%. It worked. All right.
Let's call this.
Happily mixes.
I think I like a bet here.
Okay,
Bet small.
all right. Keep everything in. Good.
Um, let's bet 7 bigs.
Yeah, let's bet 7 bigs.
Let's knit it up. Check back.
Too nitty for the real world, but yes, I think that this is, I think we have a lot of solver knit here. I think we can really, in the real world, I think we can happily bet 19 or 13 and sometimes be wrong. Yep, but it checks it. Let's see. You called this last time, so I'm gonna 3-bet it this time. Okay. It's you.
Ace 8. Let's make this a 3-bet bluff.
All right. Good. 6-7. Let's bluff this one this time. 6-7 has some bluff. It has maybe 20% of bluffs in it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
7%.
A lot of good
Taking the
players like
7.
to take these
We're
city
taking the
connected.
7. It worked. I'm happy. All right. This is you.
Okay. I think it's a fold.
Yeah. King 8. That's pure fold.
King 9, I think you play.
Yeah. It's got a sliver of nonsense.
This
Queen
is a
Jack.
fold.
Fold. Oh, that's you. Sorry. Fold.
All right, ace queen. We call this.
Yeah. This is the one that doesn't bluff at all, ever. 1%.
Sad face. I'm gonna take this one.
All right.
I think we can fold this.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to fold this. Therefore, we're going to do a reload and see if life gets better. And we're going to point out here in the notes. And okay, there we go.
Sixes get to call.
All right. Sixes, mixes.
To check. I think we check back.
I like the check.
You can use a protection. I can see the bet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet now. I'm gonna bet small.
Okay. Sure.
I bet this size with a 10 and we check back. That's me at value from you, like.
All right, 10-9. I'm not folding 10-9. I'm calling it. This time. I'm not checking this. I'm
First
betting.
monster.
Paired board. We're going to bet small because it's a paired board. Yep. Some check back monster, which we're not going to do. Check. That's not a great card, but we're not going to stop. We are going to size up. It is a straight completing card with the 8-10. We block the 10.
He doesn't have 10.
5-8. And he doesn't have 10-8. Screw that. This is not a straight completing card. So therefore, let's go for our first overbet.
Yeah.
All the way?
I don't know.
I mean, not to that, but
Yeah, I'm not sure, but the sizing, I think probably, yeah.
I'm going to play it like I would play it in game. I would go up to about 12 if I decided to overbet here. So let's see how bad that is. That's fine. That was a fine overbet size when you overbet it. He called.
Lush completer, interesting spot.
That's bad. The king is good because he could have pocket kings, but it also lets him call with now ace king and king queen, with those overcards.
So you've heavily filtered his range, right? So what kind of range calls an overbet is the question. Not much, but I
Uh,
think one part is his, obviously part is his flush draws. The king is, yeah, you're right. This is, I think you might check back. This
Yeah, I mean,
feels
we
too
only have
fucking
the
neat.
10. When he calls that, we only have a 10 kicker.
Yeah. I think that the filtering size on turn,
Yeah,
it might be nitty as fuck. We'll see.
nitty as fuck. Yep. It says be nitty as fuck.
All right,
I,
is this my turn? Fold.
I can understand that. Let's look at his range.
Do we want to, yeah, why, let's look at that hand, actually. Let's see where our value threshold is on flop, on, sorry, on river.
Like ace nine, I bet we can do it. All right. The hand results is still not working. Nope,
Ah,
there it is. Hand results started working.
so he had eights. So that's the hand that it makes, that is the hand that we could have gotten value from, right?
If he had called it, yeah.
Yeah, so
And then,
that's why, well, that's the hand we're getting value.
yeah,
That's one of the few hands that can call turn here.
yeah.
Now, what happens if you click on turn here? What does it bring up?
It shows me all the things you wanted to know,
Okay, good.
which is that my size was not preferred, that it wanted to go, it really wanted to go 7.1.
It wants to keep him in.
Right. But if you overbet, which I'm happy I did, this is the right size. 17 was too ambitious, so this is good.
We're also talking about 200ths of a big blind difference, so,
In the EV between
yeah,
these two.
yeah.
Yeah.
300ths,
Yeah.
which works out to be like half, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that 3 big blinds per 100? No, it's
Three
less
big
than
blinds.
that. It's 0.3 big blinds per 100.
No, it's 3 big blinds per 100. 0.03 is 3 big blinds per 100.
Is that what 0.03 times
Yeah.
100 is? Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not very good at math, but 0.3 times 100 is 3. I'm very good at math. Let's see. Yeah, but this makes sense. And this is not a mistake. You know, calling this a mistake is the wrong thing. The solver it's not the solver's most common size. We'd like to know the most common size. And we said that. We said maybe this is a little big, but this is fine. And then the river, we want to see what the value threshold for the river is.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that
Now
it's
we
going to
hit-
be interesting because we're using a
Now we use the hat.
low freak sizing, but
Well, we'll see it with the common size.
yeah.
We'll do it with both of them. When we filter him.
So when he checks here, it wants it wants quads and it wants, pretty much wants quads. Can you
Full
click
house.
that button that gives us full
Yes. It wants
quads?
bluff. This is goofy.
The
It
flush
wants
blocker on a paired board,
it
interesting.
wants full house. It doesn't even want ace nine.
Yeah, so all trips on this run out are checking back. That's the big thing.
Yes. Full house. Top pair with a flush blocker. Nonsense. This is if this is not a bet, then this is a bluff. Right?
Yeah, it's a bluff blocking votes.
Yeah, that's a bluff. Given that the ace,
Blocking votes and aces.
yeah, the ace seven is an error in the way it's displayed. If you show that, you'll see that it's not there.
Yeah. Good
Oh,
point.
none of the ace sevens are there. That's why it's a bluff. This is the thing we have to remember. You never get that's a nonsense thing. So looking at this now, your ace five is not nonsense. It actually we get here with ace five. Clubs always bets, the others bluff the little bit you have them. So looking at this, you bluff all this because you almost never have it to fill in your bluffing ratio. 4-5, you bluff because you never have it. And you don't bet your 4-5 of clubs. That flush is not enough to bet.
Yeah,
How's that for a freak? Hey, Skate.
Hey,
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Hello, sir. Happy New
Yeah.
Year.
Yep. 4-5, not enough. Full house. Full house. weird bluff, monster, and then like that. Okay, and then, but when we do bet it, our size is going to be on this river. If we bet, it's all in. So if we bet all in, does he call us with his eights? No, he folds them. Yeah. So we bet all in. He calls us with full houses, flushes, flushes, flushes. That's all that calls it. And so many of his flushes have an ace in them that we can, do we ever get here with ace king? No, we don't get here with ace king on this line. Now let's take the 7.1, the less filtering size, and see if that dramatically changes it. So now when we bet 7.1, he calls, we get the king of clubs on the river, he checks range, and now same thing with the nines.
Not good enough.
Not good enough. Even ace nine, not good enough. Over pairs, no, that makes sense. And bluffy. But now we do bet the 4-5. Now the club flush is enough. When we filter at that level,
Mm,
yeah, we can do that. All right, anything else we want to look at? No? That's enough.
Good.
All right, Skate, you're up. We give you are going to be on the button playing against the low jack in the, and this opening of 2.5 is actually 3. So just ignore that it says 2.5. And you are in the PeakGTO trainer. This is your approximate response range. You see it?
Yep.
That looks okay. All right, let's do it. I give you pocket threes.
Okay. Call.
That's actually, if they're, he's folding down, he's folding the deuces and threes and most of the fours. He starts calling at fives.
Oh, right. I should know this.
But yeah, I'll just show it to you one more time.
Just woke up. Okay.
And by the way, if you called your deuces, threes, and fours because the people behind you don't 3-bet you enough, that's a perfectly good adjustment. Just we're playing the solver who does 3-bet you enough behind. So there's your fours. Your fives is where it starts getting prominent. All right, now that you've seen that, you
Okay.
get this. Nines.
Okay. I think we could do some calling and some raising. Let's go raise 10.
We're going to do the raise this time.
I think
And it
so.
raises 1% of the time. Good. You have not broke this over, and he folded.
Yay. Slivers.
All right. Queen Jack. It's me folding Queen Jack. Queen Jack again. It's me folding Queen Jack. Queen 9 suited. It's me. I think we fold to the nines. We play the 10. I think we fold Queen 9 here. Yeah. Queen 9 suited. We fold. Queen
Yep.
10. Pocket eights. This will be the first one I get. I call the pocket eights. There we go. And I get everything. I get the world. All right. This is great because he has aces to call. So we are never going to check this behind. Ever, never, never. Even if they do, we are never going to do it. And we'd like to get all in. And since we're going against the ace, do we want to bet 2.2 to try to encourage a check raise or 5.2 and build the flop pot? I say we bet 2.2 now and get big on the turn. 2.2. No, go big. Okay. So we start big ourselves. Now we're gonna, but when we take this line, we're going big. We're going 11.9 and 17.8. We are going against his aces. Bet 17.8, 31% and 11.9. Good. So that's good. I'm happy with that. He called. Let's go. All in. Okay. Larry, I give you queens.
Queens. Queens are going to mix. Let's call them for the fun of it.
Yeah, this is gonna be our call node, call day. You don't get post flop data for being a nit.
King ten, it mixes. Let's raise it.
Alright. Raise it. He called.
Interesting. It's an interesting spot. I think we bet, yeah, I think we bet six.
Okay. I think there's gonna be a fair amount of checking here also.
Yeah,
And I think 15 is gonna be underrepresented tremendously. 1.9, yeah, it was pure raise. He folded. All right, skate. I give you ace king suited because you're such a nice guy.
Okay, nice. One of my favorite hands. Raise 10.
Get him. All right,
Same ace king.
you got ace king offsuit this time. He folded, by the way, so technically I have ace king offsuit. And I am going to do a raise this time and see what happens post flop. There is some calling with ace king offsuit here, 33%. I'm going with the raise. He folded. All right, Larry.
alright. Does this get to go in our three bet range? I think it does. Let's put this in our three bet bluff range.
All right, let's three bet bluff it. Nope. Ace nine.
Ooh. Do I get another one?
Yeah, you get another one. And I show you this just to remind you the way it's doing it. Ace queen, ace nine are the ones that don't bluff.
Okay.
And we mix all these. Yeah, so it's queen nine, and then we don't need to get the frequencies, but the other ones all mix with the ace queen never playing and the ace deuce. You could turn this into a never play if you want.
Okay.
You could. And, and just that gets thrown into, doesn't get thrown into anywhere. Okay. Back to the game.
Alright. Do I get to go again?
You go again.
This is a three bet.
Okay. 77% three bet with a king eight. All right, he folded.
Nice.
All right, skate, you have pocket aces.
Skates run good.
Yay. Pocket aces. Let's see. What should I do? Raise 10.
All right, let's see if you get action. No, no action. Oh, well, you got no post flop data, so you don't know. All right, you got ace five again.
Okay, I think this one is going to be mixing between call and raise.
Mm-hmm.
Let's raise it 10.
Let's raise it. Yep. 48-52. We like that one. And he folded, and that's good. All right, back on me. 5-4 suited. This is going to against 2.5. This does this ever fold on the button in the wizard? It does. And this time we are going to get jiggy and raise it because it's been going so well. Yep, 17% raise. We got jiggy, we got called, which is not what we want. We got two spades, which is what we did want. Let's continue the jigification. 6.4. Little jiggle, little fold, little fold. All right, a little call. All right, now, technically, this is still a draw. And so when it's a draw, you're allowed to continue betting it. So I could continue betting it. But the particular hand itself benefits from getting there. So I can check this. The jack, if he called things that were around the queen, the jack does it. So I think this is a decent time to try to actually realize and get there. That's what I'm going to do. 43%, it does that. Okay, fine. And it doesn't always do that, and we're fine with that, and we're done. How often did it call there? On that. Did you guys see what the number was?
Missed it.
Yeah. I thought I saw it calling, and I was like, what?
No, I wasn't looking for that.
Hand
Second.
result is not working, so I'm not gonna, that we can get there quick. Studying library, because it'll fill it in for us. So we will do that. There it goes, filling it in. We are on the turn. The turn is the jack. We chose the check line. On the river. That wasn't the river. We checked the jack. Oh, and then the river oh, wait a minute. We tried to realize and then he jammed at us. So of course there were no calls. I didn't even see what the card was. I don't care. I did that wrong. I thought we had another card to come. Yeah, this was the 7 of clubs on the river. Of course we never call. Ace jack, Larry.
Alright, ace jack is a call.
And does it mix raises?
It does.
Good. All right. Just making sure we got that down. 41 of them. Good.
Interesting spot. I think we do want to bet. I think we got value from kings, queen, and aces. Bet small.
And small. I really wanted
Also
to,
makes a check back.
I really wanted to check that back. You got to fold. All right. Skate.
All right. I know that we're doing a lot of mixing with the Broadway. I think this one, since it's the worst Broadway, I think we're gonna do mostly calling.
Okay. And we're never folding it, right? It's calls and raises that mix.
Yep.
No folds. No folds. Calls and raises, mostly calls. Massively, mostly calls. Good.
Okay, sucks that we don't have a club or a single diamond on the board. Okay, they bet. So we have no draws. We have nothing going on. Let us fold.
I think there's going to be I don't think it's going to be a pure fold because because of the overcard and the backdoor is that we get open-ended with it because of the pureness of our wrap. If we hit a 9 or a king, we're open-ended. If this were queen 9, we'd only get a 10 would be our open-ended. So I think this one doesn't insta-fold, but it's
Yeah,
gonna fold.
maybe you're right. Maybe like the ace high, king high, queen high.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
good enough to continue.
Let's see if we do it. You said fold and it's 80. Yeah. So there we go. 10%. So it doesn't pure fold, but fold is the preferred. Good job.
Mostly, but not always.
Yeah. I just looked at it and went, there's something going on here. So it's not death.
Okay.
Sixes. Sixes mixes. And today, sixes is going to call. It's not. Sixes is going to raise today. Raise 19%. We're taking the 19%. And he folded. Good. Larry.
That's 3-bet.
All right. 100%. All right. Skate.
King jack. I think if I remember, let me see, picture memory. I think the king queen starts mixing, fold, raise, and call. I think the king jack is gonna fold.
Damn right. 100% right. Just to show you that picture, there's your king queen mixing. Not a lot of folds, but it mixes all of them. There's your king jack getting out of there. Good memory, good done. Well done. All right. Back to drill of the day. Oh, back to drill of the day. There, that button. Fold. All right. And by the way, I think in real life and in game, these folds are good. I think folding this king jack here is good. There are some things it does that I think we play differently in game. For example, we brought up the calling of 4s and 5, calling 4s and even 3s is fine because these guys don't squeeze enough in practice. And you'll know if they do because you've already seen a bunch of hands where other people raised and there was a call behind because our opponents are calling all over these things. So we've already observed how our particular small blind and big blind are playing in this game. So we know exactly whether the 3s and 4s are worth it. But I think those king jack folds are good against everybody except the most maniacal of raise every hand guy here. And we don't find those people a lot. All right. Ace jack suited. This mixes calls and raises. And since I did the call on the other mix, I'm going to do the raise this time. Raise. 41%, taking the raise. Good. And I didn't get post-flop data, which I deserved. 6-7. I'm going to call it and try to get post-flop data. I'm never folding this ever. Never folding. Now, am I raising? Sometimes
I think you can, right?
I can. Now, let's think about how terrible would it be to have to fold this to a jam? Not that terrible. It's all backdoors. Let's raise it. 0.06%. Okay. Maybe not a good raise. Fold. Please fold. Please fold. Well, screw you. I picked up equity. I am not backing off now once I've taken this line that the solver doesn't approve of. 35, 21. Okay, I want a jack to fold by, let's think Mark Goons here. I want a jack to fold by the river. If I go 35, it's gonna be too easy for him to call. So I wanna make sure there's enough money behind for my jam, whether I get there or I don't. So 21 does it. So that's why I'm choosing 21. If I had a complete free choice, I would go 17, which would bring the pot up to 68 and would leave me with 67, 66. Yeah, so I would go 13 here. That would be the size I want to go to do that. But 21 is closer to that. So 21, and it says give up, and I'm not giving up. I'm getting him to fold. Except now I'm not going to get him to fold anymore. Is that true? No, that's not true. This 6 is not good. This is an illusion of showdown value. Screw what the solver says. This 6 is not good. I said I'm trying to get a jack to fold. And if I'm trying to get a jack to fold, I'm going to try to get a jack to fold. Hey, I got one right. Okay. That's the one thing I'm happy about that the solver also doesn't think the 6 is showdown value.
Yeah, that was well played.
Yeah.
This is a fold.
Yeah, it's a fold.
This is, I'm not sure. Let's call it.
This was the one that was a majority of raise, if I remember
That's
correctly.
right.
Yeah, it's ace 6, ace deuce, and ace 3 that start folding for the suited ace.
The folds. Yeah, and he knew the fold. It was the 7, the 8, the 9, the 7 and the 8 mix. And it was the 7 that had the majority of them there. I think it was. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we're in the wrong node.
This is a fold.
Yeah, we want this node here. Is that the one we want? Yes, we want this node.
Mhm.
There's your 7. Your 7. Oh, your 7 and your 8 are both majority. There you go. It's the 10 and the 10 and the jack that are.
Okay, my mistake. It's just ace deuce and ace 6.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. I mean, this is. If you play your ace deuce more, that's okay. If you play it less, that's more. You know, this is all fine. You are in this guy, the trainer. Okay,
Fold.
fold. Good.
I think this is actually a fold.
Yeah.
Fold. Fold.
I'm gonna make you play the 6% raise if you get it again.
Fold.
Queen 9?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, you're right.
Queen 10 we play. Fold.
Okay.
I think this is call. I'm not sure.
This is the mostly fold one. It does.
I think it mixes fold, right?
It
I think.
does. It does. It's mostly fold with one. It liked lower than that. I mean, the fact that if you played it, it would be fine. But it likes the 6, 7 and the most.
Yeah, counterintuitive, I guess.
Yeah. Well, this one is never a fold, so play it.
Yeah, this one, let's 3-bet. This play this is a 3-bet. See how we do.
Yep.
I think this king disconnected flop is good for us. I think let's try big bet.
Okay, I think this is gonna be a majority check. Nope,
We
this
get
is,
this
this is a
size.
small, this is a small bet and never a check, never a
Okay,
check.
now we check back,
Yeah. And then we bet the river if he checks through, right?
probably.
Yep, 79% check.
Um,
Oh, this hurts.
yeah, this is tough. Well, so he's betting a B60, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, we have to win like around 25 to 30% of the time. I think it's like 28% of the time.
Yep.
I think we cry call,
What do you do in game
fold,
against your generic opponent?
probably fold.
I call. I don't know if it's right, but here's why I call here. The he did not get filtered to diamonds when the ace of diamonds came. What happened was we checked back. So he did not call a bet on diamonds. He called a bet on king 8-6. So he has some king. He has some, 8 or 6. He has some pocket pairs that are here, right? He has some hearts and some clubs and some diamonds that he called with. Then we checked the ace, showing we don't like the ace. This is all pure narrative in his mind, how I interpret his thought process. We check the ace. The 6 comes. Do we check behind with a lot of our flush draws here? No. Therefore, he can bet the ace and try to get us to fold a king when he has got 2 hearts in his hand or 2 clubs or any number of things or a king. So I think he has a lot of easy bluffs here. And so this is the one where I take the bluff catcher.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's my thought process. And you are doing which?
Cry call.
You cry call. Okay, good. Cry call 13%, mostly fold in the solver. Fine. Skate.
Okay, king jack suited, king jack suited. I don't think, yeah, we're not folding the suited variety. I think it's gonna be. Listen, I'm not sure what the ratio is, but let's call since I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Yep.
Maybe,
It's gonna have raises and calls. I think it's gonna be more raising than calling, but it's definitely gonna have both. Oh no, more calling than raising and for the GTO for this
yeah.
for peak. But I'm fine. That's great.
Okay. They bet on an ace. Okay, they bet pretty big, huh?
Yeah, they bet big.
Can they be betting this big with their flushes? They bet pretty big. Um. Well, since it is solver and we can be getting bluffed, I think we're gonna maybe it's gonna call some portion of the time, but to the size, I'm not sure. But let's call. Let's see if I'm wrong.
Okay. So everything that you thought about there was the right things to think about. You looked at it when, I've got the diamonds, backdoor, but I think it's simple. I think to this size bet, you don't call with backdoors.
Yeah, or I mean, my thinking is also, I have king high. What if they do not have an ace and they have any other hands, or maybe even a flush?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. The flush draw. Yeah. I mean, there are lots of those, but if you hit your king or you hit your jack, it's going to be hard to continue. You're screwed. Now you have to stay in. If you hit your 10 or your queen or your diamond, you're still drawing, and he's made a big bet, so he can make a really big bet on the turn. So that's why I think this is going to be a fold. Let's see what happens if we get any calls. Yeah,
Yes, so,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a fold there.
So I guess big bet on the flop is usually followed by bigger bet on the turn.
Maybe not. He didn't.
Maybe not.
And great. I mean, this is the best of all worlds for you. But the one thing I would just say is the simplification I would do is backdoors are not enough. Big backdoors are not enough for big bets. Start with that as a simplification and then go from there. Whether you're in
Okay.
or out of position, backdoors, just backdoors are not enough for against a big bet. All right. But you picked up this, which is great.
Yeah, and they checked.
They did.
Maybe because the board is paired with the fours. Maybe that's why.
Hmm.
What do we do here? I think we want to realize, right? So let's check.
Okay. Check to realize. And also bluffing here has got to be okay, right?
With king high, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be, we gotta have some bluffs. Let's see how often we check. Check 14%. Yeah, it's all across the range. Everything is right. Which makes sense.
Nice. Okay, now, okay, see, when they,
They don't have an ace.
yeah, they probably have like, I'm guessing they have like sevens through tens or jacks or something like that. Maybe
Yeah.
even queens
Yeah.
or kings, but we blocked the king. I think we should bluff, right?
Let's bluff.
Go like, so, let's go like 17.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit the
24.
button in a second, and I think that's great, but here's some other thoughts we should be thinking about.
Mhm.
So if he has a pair, not an ace. If he has an ace, he's never folding. We're fine. If he has a 4, he's raising or whatever. So we would like to get pairs to fold, right? And we want to make sure we bet big enough to get pairs to fold. And you
Yes.
think 17 is big enough to get a pair smaller than ace to fold. And I think 26 is big enough to get a pair smaller than ace to fold.
Yeah, I was looking at 26 too.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I was looking. I don't know if I said 17 or 26, right? Did I
You
say
did,
that?
yeah. So that, yeah. So, and I think Mark Goons thinks that 26 is enough to get a pair to fold. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, what's the other hands that we're trying to get fold? You'd think, well, all his unpaired hands. Do you notice we beat every unpaired hand of his? Well, we split with the other kings.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're actually, we have showdown value against every unpaired hand. And so I guess we're betting to get him off a chop. And to get him off a chop, we could bet 13 or 17 and get him off a chop. So with that in mind,
Yeah.
you're betting 17 and I'm adding all those things together and I'm going to bet 26. 17, 32. Okay, yep. So let's look at those sizes before we move on.
Yeah, so I guess we don't have to go so big just because of the aforementioned things you mentioned.
The chop thing, yeah. So the replay, the result is not working. We're here on the river. I'm just looking at those sizes, and your size is fine. Okay, so here we are on the river. He checked. We're in our range. Here's our range, right? Oh no, low jack checks. And here we are. We are checking back aces sometimes. Screw that.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. Screw all of this checking back aces. We are not checking back aces here ever.
Mm-mm.
What do we lose to? We lose to pocket nines and we lose to a 4. He has so few 4s in his range, we're going to ignore that. But we do lose to pocket nines. Just pointing that out. Okay. So pocket nines is the nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
This, and then when we get to our king jack, it mostly bets and the size is, oh, is that what it wants? Look at that. It only wanted to go small.
And what about with the other bluffs? Does it go bigger
What's
just
that about?
because?
What is that about? Ten nine doesn't need to bluff. I like that. All these don't need to bluff. 7-6 do. It always bluffs small.
What's going on with the fives?
Fives are a bluff to make 6s, 7s, and 8s fold.
Okay.
Fives is it's your worst pair. So 6s doesn't get any value from having 5s fold, right?
Okay, okay.
7 doesn't get any value from getting 6s and 5s to fold, but 5 gets value from all these folds. So you choose the worst of them. That seems to make sense to me.
Yes.
And or also the 5-6, which has no chance, and the 7-6. So these bluff 100% of the time because they have no chance. I got that. The 5s bluff because while they have some chance, they have a reason to. Then these don't bluff. Going up to the 10-9 doesn't bluff because it's a 9. Then these have no chance, so they bluff. All that's fair. But this bluff size, So I guess the bluff is, so all these, I guess this is what it's gotta be. All these guys are bluffing to get a king or worse to fold, right? They're not trying to get an ace to fold. They're not trying to get they're not expecting to get a pair to fold that often. He is. And then your king is trying to get them off a chop. It's not trying to, this is not very often getting, 9 is not very often getting any pair to fold, is it? So why are the 5s doing it? Okay,
Hmm.
this logic is not consistent to me. So, so I've said
Yeah.
that.
Nobody's perfect.
Yep, so,
yeah.
yeah, so I can understand why you would do this, but that violates this, and I can understand why you would do this, but that violates why these guys are doing it. So I don't think it's consistent, but maybe it works out enough of the time. Now, your bet of 17.9, which it doesn't like. It doesn't hate, it doesn't like, and my bet of 26.8, which it hates.
Yeah.
We want to acknowledge these are exploitative. We are acknowledging that we're not playing balanced here. This was from a thing that we believe about our opponents, which is we believe we can get them to fold a pair to these big bets, and we believe their range overrepresented in pairs smaller than the ace.
Yes.
Because look at all this ace checking back here. We don't believe the opponents are checking back any of these aces. So we think they've bet away all their aces by the time they get here. And if we could adjust the solver, maybe it would change its mind if we bet away all these aces. All right, moving on.
So they folded a pair.
What did they do? We don't know.
Okay.
We have no idea what they did because we don't know what their hand was.
Did we switch to marked hands pretty soon?
Yeah, let's do last round and then we'll do mark
Okay.
10. Okay. Ace jack suited. We're gonna raise this time to try to get a fold and be done with this faster. Uh-oh. We are gonna bet 6 with our overcard and 2 backdoors. Good. Come on, fold. Come on, fold. I hate you so much. All right, we picked up no equity. We are gonna check.
Me.
We're checking, giving up. Checking
Yeah.
and giving up. And on the river, we're gonna hit an ace. Ha! Now, we saw the solver check back in this situation a lot. So let's acknowledge that in solver land, there are some checkbacks here. The jack seems big enough, we don't need it, but screw that. We're gonna bet all our aces here. And we're gonna bet 25 with all our aces. Good. And now we are going to, in the real life, fold. And in solver land, we're gonna fold. And it mixes, and that's fine. We're choosing the fold. All right, Larry.
Well,
All right. You and your 6-8. Your queen 8. All right, here you go.
I think this is a call.
Yep, mixes.
We have really good blockers for the queen. So I think we get to bet here. And let's choose small size.
Good.
Yeah.
Checks in small size. Good.
And we fold.
Yep, we fold. All right, and skate, last hand.
Okay, king queen suited is going to be I think maybe it's mixing mostly raise.
Okay, which do you want to do this time?
I think raise.
Okay. Mixing
No.
mostly call, but that's fine.
Yeah, just like king jack.
Yep,
Okay.
and you got no post flop data, which is how we're going to end this. You raised it, right? He folded. Screw that guy. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do some marked hands. What you got, Larry?
All right.
got-
I can share if you want.
Okay,
Do you want to
let's
start with a funky?
Yeah, but let me do one thing. Let me
Sure.
start and stop the recorder.
Like and subscribe, bitches.
Or
Is
even
that
if you're not a
what-
bitch, you can still like and subscribe. Bastards are allowed to like and subscribe too. Nice people can go fuck themselves, as my wife said.